Well, I just spoke to Nevada Athletic Commission Executive Director Bob Bennett, who told me that they will be, in fact, temporarily suspended come October 15th. Per their rules, you can only be temporarily suspended for 10 days. So the next Nevada Athletic Commission hearing is on October 24th. That's when the chairman of the NAC and the rest of the commissioners will vote on whether or not they will be indefinitely suspended pending their investigation, which has already begun. And he says, as of right now, Khabib has yet to be paid his purse, not a cent of his purse, his $2 million purse. Conor was paid as well. He declined to say why Conor was paid and Khabib wasn't, and he declined to give me a ballpark type of full suspension / fine that they will receive. I'm told via sources, though, that it is likely at this time that Conor will receive some kind of sanction because he jumped on the cage and reacted to the entire melee.
How much longer do you want to fight at 145 for? I know it's a very difficult weight cut for you. Is lightweight in your near future, would you say?
Right now, I'm just focused on defending the throne. Defending the throne and defending and defending and defending and defending and be one of the best. My first goal was to be an undisputed champion. My second goal now is to be the pound for pound best in the world. And DC like to think that we're being friends, being cool, but DC knows I'll fight him any day. Kung Fu Panda, come get this work. He's the #1 pound for pound guy. I'm just joking. That's my friend.
Well, if you shrink him down to your size, I'm sure you'd gladly take that fight.
I'll fight him right now. If you don't have to worry about weight, that'd be great. But I love that guy. But I'm number 4. There's 2 guys in front of me on the pound for pound list. Whatever fight I gotta take to be the #1 pound for pound fighter, that's the fights I want to take.
Given your age and what you've done in the sport, you've already beaten most of the best guys in the division, and that's something that people fail to recognize. You could be the best ever, and is that something that crosses your mind when you think about your future in this sport?
Definitely it crosses my mind, but I don't dwell on it. I can think and talk about these stories or think about it all day when I'm retired. Right now we got a job to do. You don't stop and enjoy until the job is finished, and my job's not done. We're far from it, and I can't wait. I can't wait till the day where I can just sit back, enjoy a drink, look at the sunset with my son and be like, look what we did, But we're far from that. I'm only 26, so you guys gonna see I'm gonna be around for a long, 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 long time, and I'm gonna be here making exciting fights for you guys.
You recently called out Robbie Lawler for a fight at the beginning of next year. Has there been any progress on that at all?
No, actually, we're still talking with management. We're not sure if it's a go. I understand that we both come off of a knee injury. I'm not really sure where he's at in recovery, but I know he's back into training. I know he's back in the gym. So, Robbie Lawler, that's been somebody I've been wanting to fight for a while. That's who I expected to fight for the title. But I've been wanting to fight this guy for a long time. I've been a very big fan of his for a while, since the Strikeforce days, watching him fight at 185, knocking dudes out in Strikeforce. And, of course, that epic fight with Willie McDonald was just, Robbie Lawler is a man, dude. I don't care what anybody says. That guy's a tough SOB, man, and I think it'll be a great matchup, a great fight, something that the fans would love to see. We're right there. I know the guys in the top 5 pretty much have fights, but me and him, we're both coming off of an injury, so hopefully everything will work out, and it kind of works its way into a fight here pretty soon. So, yeah, man, it's still maybe in the works. It still might happen. If not, well, we'll see. We'll go from there. But right now, my sights are on him.
Does a dominant win over Robbie, does that put you back in contender status, or do you feel like you're a couple wins away from that in your opinion?
Yeah, I like to think about it worst situation type deal. It may be 1 or 2 more fights after that, which I don't mind at all.
What do you think is next for him? Do you think he's going to get matters resolved with the UFC? What's going to happen with Conor?
That's kind of, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a couple, like you said, it's going to be a couple more talking points throughout the coming months. We'll see. I think the logical step is that Tony Ferguson has earned the title shot, I think. And yeah, I can sit back. I can go on it and try and get that one back and just fight Tony right away. But for me, from a competitor standpoint and just for the love of the sport, there needs to be some type of lineage. There needs to be some type of light at the end of the tunnel. And you got to have things right. In boxing, they have a mandatory for a reason. Once a guy has kind of earned that shot, you got to give it to him just to keep the ball rolling. There's talks of, are they going to do Conor and Khabib again because it sold so much and it did this? Are they going to do that? Are they going to cut Khabib? Are they going to, I think we really need to bring the sport in a positive light a little bit. It's already taken so many black eyes. Let's not give it another one. Go ahead and give Tony that shot. And if they try and make Conor and Khabib happen again for some weird reason or whatever, then I might as well go ahead and retire too. Like, what are we doing this for? Do I got to show my ass every single time just so I can get a little respect around here? That ain't really the game that I'm looking to play. I kind of want to still keep it, let's keep this a sport.
So as usual, man, you wasted no time blasting Woodley for opting for the hand surgery. What was your reaction to that news?
I wasn't surprised. I definitely was not surprised. He's been ducking me for so long now. Like, could anybody be surprised? He ducked me last December for the show in Vegas that they wanted to put us on. He ducked me for the Ultimate Fighter. He ducked me in March when they were talking about putting this fight together. He doesn't want to fight me. Why do you think he won't say my name? Why do you think he goes on Joe Rogan's show, Ariel Helwani's show, and he says, yo, we're not talking about Colby Covington. I know he's the real champ, but we're not going to talk about him because, I don't want to talk about him or give him a platform or even entertain that. So, he's scared of me. He doesn't want to fight. He had the opportunity, the golden opportunity to fight at Madison Square Garden, the iconic arena, the most iconic arena in the world. And he puts his tails in between his legs and he ducks me. He said after the fight he was healthy. He was good to go. He would have known then and there that his hand was hurt. When he went to the locker room, cooled off after the shower, he would have known, oh, my thumb's messed up, oh, my hand's hurt. So, the thing that people don't realize is he was negotiating with the UFC this whole time. I'd agreed. I'd agreed on the base pay. I was ready to go fight. But he hadn't agreed, and they were trying to get him to agree. And, negotiations must not have went well. So, he wants to pout and cry like a little baby that he is, a little soft liberal snowflake, and hold out until next year. It is what it is. I'll find the show, which will be Super Bowl weekend, and we'll get it then. And I'll end his career then and take everything he's worked for.
Frankie, when it comes to the Korean Zombie, what's the one intangible that you feel like he brings that perhaps some of the other opponents haven't brought?
Just think his unique finishing ability. He could finish a fight pretty much on his feet on the ground. I fought guys that can do that, but his is kind of a little, out of left field, a lot of stuff. Like a twister, or he's good darces. He kind of, maybe he's not in a dominant position when he finishes you, but he can finish you from everywhere.
Obviously, this is a big show for the UFC. I know it's just a fight night, but it is the 25-year anniversary. Pretty special moment. I wonder, did that factor in at all? Do you know? Did the UFC come to you and say, "Hey, man, this is our 25-year show, and we want you to headline it"? Or, did you hear it was the 25-year show and say, "Put me there"? Or did this just happen to be, a fight against Korean Zombie?
I think I wanted to fight in November. Obviously, they're going to be in MSG the week before, an hour from my house, so that would have been nice. But that's the one I was trying to get on, but they said it's a 25-year card, and they wanted me to headline it. And, I thought it was cool. It's fitting. I've been in the game for a long time with the UFC. Actually, I think this is going to be my 25th fight for the UFC on the 25th anniversary. It makes sense.
Because, look, Dylan Dennis is one of the best in jiu-jitsu, hands down. He's a multiple-time world champion. I know that. What I do is MMA. It's a different style. I roll every day. I do jiu-jitsu every day, so I ain't afraid of no man. Like, I'll step in there with any man. But I do know that there's certain positions that he can get in that'll catch me. Cool. If I'm going to do 100 grand, then let me slap you. That was it.
So you never wanted to be straight? From the beginning, you didn't want to do straight jiu-jitsu?
I'll do straight jiu-jitsu. I will do straight jiu-jitsu, but I'm not going to put up 100 grand. I'm just keeping it real.